From a cotton plantation in Louisiana to a mansion on the Hudson River, Madam C.J. Walker built a life that should have been impossible. She was born Sarah Breedlove in 1867, the first child in her family born after slavery. Yet freedom did not mean safety, comfort, or opportunity. By 7, she was orphaned. By 14, she was married. By 20, she was a widow with a small child and almost no formal education. And before she became a millionaire, she spent long days washing other people's clothes for about $1 a day. That contrast is what makes her story powerful. Sarah Breedlove's early life was shaped by poverty and survival. She grew up in Louisiana under sharecropping conditions where labor existed, but ownership did not. After losing both parents, she moved to Vicksburg to live with her sister, then faced an abusive home environment that pushed her into an early marriage just to gain stability. When her husband died, she was left to raise her daughter alone. For a black woman in the late 1800s, there were almost no paths upward. Sarah had to build one herself. She moved to St. Louis and worked for 18 years as a laundress. The work was brutal. Hot water, live fumes, endless scrubbing, and no real protection wore down her body. But the job gave her something else too, a reason. Every dollar she earned had a purpose. It helped her survive. It helped support her daughter, Lelia, later known as Alelia Walker. And in those exhausting years, Sarah lived the reality that thousands of black women knew well. Hard work without ownership, effort without respect, labor without a ladder. Then, the pain became personal. Sarah began losing her hair. The file connects that loss to poor hygiene conditions, stress, nutrition problems, scalp infections, and the harsh chemicals she used while washing clothes. Hair loss was not a small issue in her world. It affected dignity, identity, and confidence. That crisis became the spark. She was not looking for a beauty trend. She was looking for relief. And that search opened the door to her future. Her first breakthrough came through Annie Turnbow Malone, a pioneering entrepreneur already building a hair care business for black women. Sarah used Malone's products, joined her sales team, and learned the industry from the inside. This was her apprenticeship. She learned how to speak to customers, how to demonstrate results, and how to build trust in communities that mainstream businesses ignored. In 1905, she moved to Denver. There, with only about $1.25 in initial capital, she began refining her own formula. After marrying Charles Joseph Walker, whose advertising experience helped shape the brand, she launched Madam Walker's Wonderful Hair Grower in 1906. What made Walker different was not just the product, it was the system. She built a 3-part approach: cleanse the scalp, treat it with her hair grower, then manage the hair with heated combs. She sold a solution, not just a jar. She also sold identity. The name Madam gave her authority in a society that denied black women status. Her own face appeared on her products, making her the living proof of what she promised. And instead of depending on stores that might reject her customers, she created a direct selling network of trained agents known as hair culturists. By 1917, she had trained nearly 20,000 women, many of whom left domestic labor behind and entered a new profession. Walker understood scale. In 1910, she moved her headquarters to Indianapolis because it had the manufacturing strength and transport links needed to grow fast. She built a factory, laboratories, a salon, and a school. Her business reached customers through mail order and through agents traveling city to city, church by church, and club by club. She lectured on cleanliness and loveliness, turning product sales into education. She also traveled widely across the United States and the Caribbean, helping build Walker networks in places like Cuba, Jamaica, Haiti, Panama, and Costa Rica. Her company was becoming more than a business, it was becoming an institution. Walker's marketing was brilliant because it felt real. She used the black press heavily, placing ads in papers such as the Chicago Defender and The Crisis. She relied on testimonials, strong photography, and visible before and after proof. Her agents became brand ambassadors in white shirts and black skirts, projecting dignity and trust. Financially, the results were staggering. From a tiny startup, her company grew to monthly income in the thousands, then sales above $500,000 in 1919. Her estate was valued between $600,000 and $1 million, making her widely recognized as America's first self-made female millionaire. Success did not come without resistance. Annie Malone accused Walker of borrowing her formula, and their rivalry played out in the black press. Walker also faced sexism inside black business circles. At the 1912 National Negro Business League Convention, Booker T. Washington initially did not want to hear her speak, but Walker stood her ground and made her voice heard. Later, as racial violence intensified, especially after the East St. Louis riots of 1917, her wealth and influence became tied to activism. She donated to the NAACP, the YMCA, and black colleges, proving that business success could also create social power. Her greatest symbol of success was Villa Lawaro, the mansion she built in Irvington, New York. It cost about $250,000 and stood as a monument to black achievement. It was not just a luxury home, it was a message. From the plantation to the Hudson River, Sarah Breedlove had built a life that forced America to look at black wealth differently. She showed that success could be visible, proud, and impossible to ignore. Madam C.J. Walker died in 1919 at the age of 51 from kidney disease, but her story did not end there. Her daughter, Alelia Walker, carried the family legacy into Harlem's cultural world, while the Walker name continued to shape the beauty industry for decades. Her real legacy was bigger than hair products. She created jobs, trained women, funded causes, and turned personal pain into economic power. She proved that money can be more than personal reward. In her hands, it became training, dignity, and visibility. She also left a business lesson that still matters. She did not chase a crowded market. She served an ignored one. She did not build hype. She solved a real problem. She did not work alone. She built an ecosystem where customers could become agents and agents could become leaders. That is why her story still feels modern. It is the blueprint of a founder who understood branding, distribution, and community before those ideas had trendy names. It was not luck, it was design. And that is the real lesson of Madam C.J. Walker. Do not wait for the world to make space for you. Build the space yourself. Build the system. Build the brand. Build the future. From the washtub to the boardroom, she built a bridge for herself and for thousands of women who followed. If this story gave you a new way to see history, business, and self-made success, subscribe for more finance and history documentaries like this one.